let's jump right into it, man. You signed a new deal, right, with Brave Combat Federation. Tell us about that deal, how it got put together, and what's your feelings about your future with Brave.
Yeah, it feels great to get a 3 fights contract with Brave, and it's a big organization, and I believe in them, and it looks very nice. So yeah, I have my first fight now with Brave, and yeah, I see forward to that.
Yeah, you're only a few weeks out from your Brave debut in Kyrgyzstan. Have you fought in Kyrgyzstan before?
No, no, I
And you
have
fought
never been.
everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Yo, no, I have never been there. So yeah, it was be fun.
Being able to travel like you do, because you've been all over the place, in your fight career. Being able to go to a country like Kyrgyzstan for the first time, is this something new to you? Do you enjoy that, or does it not really matter because you're there to do a job?
Uh, yeah, I have do it before, and it's like I go there and do my job, and that's it. So, but I like to go to another place. It's not the place I go to vacation.
Mhm.
So yeah, I like to travel to another place.
Where do you usually go to vacation?
Uh, the most Swedes go to Croatia, Thailand, uh, USA, yeah, but no, go to uh, Kyrgyzstan and Chechnya or something like.
Croatia. Most Swedes go to Croatia for vacation. I didn't know that. What's in Croatia? I never heard that people go there for like a holiday or something.
Yeah, it's nice weather. It's sunny, and the yeah, I think the Swedes like the weather there,
Mm.
and many Swedes go to Turkey and Greece. So I
Oh.
think it's the weather.
All right. Well, let's get into this upcoming fight a little bit more. You're in camp. How long have you been in camp for this fight, or have you just been training the whole time since your last fight?
Yeah, since the last time I fight, I took 1.5 week off, and then I start to train hard again. I train hard most the whole year. I never go off season, so I am on shape all the time.
So you're ready for even short notice fights then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, of course. Now, who are you working with the most? In the past couple of years, have you been with the same coaches, the same gym, or have you been moving around, kind of visiting different spots? Or
I live in Umeå. It's the north of Sweden. Uh, my team, the name of my team is Renje Fight Camp, and my head coach is Thor Trueng, and David Hegström, and a lot of guys. And I do my most time in my hometown. Uh, then I go to Stockholm and get some training there too. Uh, I get better sparring in Stockholm. But I do the most work in my hometown and my home gym.
what are the locations you visit in Stockholm to get the sparring that you need?
I go training with Pankras,
Hmm.
with Nico Mosoki and
Okay.
Sabusi, and yeah.
Yeah,
They
Nico,
ha-
I
they
think he has a title fight coming up soon.
yeah, exactly, in Superior Challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, they are a lot of guys, good guys there.
How are you structuring the camp that you have? Do you have a program that you set for yourself, or is it your coach is just running everything for you and you just follow the schedule?
I have a strength condition coach that set up a schedule who I following into a camp, and my coaches do my MMA training schedule. So before my fights, I get more sparring and yeah, something like that.
I want to go back to your last fight for M1 Global in China. You took on Christian Jungwirth and you went to the split decision. Talk about that fight, and do you believe that it was a split decision?
No, no, I it was a unanimous decision,
Mhm.
uh, uh, and I think a lot of people think that too.
Mhm.
Uh, Sherdo have a unanimous decision. Yeah, it was a tough fight. Start very well. I hit him a few punches stand up, and I get a takedown. But I get a rear naked choke where I'm squeezing really hard, and it feels like he's gonna tap, but he's down. And we get up, and I get real tired in my arms. I don't know. I think I squeezed too hard.
Mhm.
Uh, so second round was really tough for me, and he feels that too. So so he hunting me, and I get a takedown, and grinding him down, uh, and took the decision win.
When you gassed your arms in that first round, mentally, it's probably playing in your mind during the fight, like, oh man, my arms, what am I gonna do? What's going through your mind at that moment where you know that you got to get your strength back in your arms, so you got to kind of buy your time a little bit so you could kind of get the blood flowing again, right?
Yeah, my mindset is always forward. I have fight 3 rounds with broken jaw. I have fight with broken hand, and so this was something I do before. So it's nothing. It's just to keep fighting.
Fighting with a broken jaw for 3 rounds, I don't think anybody could do that. That's incredible right there. Talk about that. Like, how did that happen? How did you get through that pain?
I don't know. It was so adrenaline. It was my pro debut in UFC.
Mhm.
I fight Gilbert Burns, and in the first round he cut me with a uppercut. So yeah, it was broken, like straight head like this. So yeah, I feel like something was loose in my face. So I couldn't wrestle. I tried to take him down, but it take like a guillotine over my face,
Mm.
and I feel all the yeah, my jaw was sinking in.
Mm.
So I just keep fighting, stand up, and yeah, it was really tough, and I don't want to do it anymore.
Oh
It
yeah.
was it was terrible.
Wow, that's if you could do that, you could do anything in the cage. I believe if you could fight with that kind of an injury and continue, because a lot of guys, they have broken their jaw and basically given up, in the fight, and they just kind of wave the white flag, like people like to say. Now, I noticed that between your fight for ACB and M1 Global. You took a long time off, you know. Talk about that time you took off and the reasons behind that. And did you get to, were you able to work on certain things in your game, or was it mainly due to injuries maybe? What was going on?
Uh, I have uh, after my fight in ACB, I get a daughter, so I was a father, so I take a few months off. But after that, I have hard to get fights. I have not. I haven't signing with anyone, so I just stand on the side and try to get a fight with any organization. But it, it have been hard to find an opponent.
Was it the problem of finding an organization, or more of people just didn't want to fight you?
Yeah, a few times.
Mhm.
I think it was somebody gets injured. Um, Someone say yes, but then a few days say no, and it's the time goes so fast when you're training for a fight, and he's pull out, and we take the next one, and the same thing. So I think I was training for a fight for a 9 month, something like that. So it feels great to signing up with Brave. Then I know I get 3 fights with them. Before I was it was hard to get a fight.
Yeah, you know, when you look at your career and your credentials and what you have done so far, I'm pretty sure a lot of guys, the young guys, they don't want to fight you, you know, especially when they're young in
No,
their career.
no, I have been in all the big leagues here in
Mhm.
Europe, in ACB and Cage Warriors and One Global, or yeah.
Yeah, you now when you look at, you know, everybody talks about the UFC, and you went to the UFC, you fought twice, two of the best guys, you know, in the welterweight division. You know, it wasn't an easy walk. You know, there's some guys that go to the UFC and they do kind of get favorable matchups, you know,
Yeah.
in their first couple of fights. But you just went straight for the top guys, you know, and it didn't work out for you. But do you feel like you went to the UFC a little too early in your career, and right now, you know, maybe in the next couple of years, it'd probably be a better time for you to step in there, you know, with the experience that you have and the knowledge and the skill set, that you could do much better against the top guys in the welterweight division?
Uh, I not think I get too early. I think it was the first fight against Gilbert Burns
Mhm.
was so close. It was so close, and I have the injury in my face. If I don't have my injury, I think the fight could I can get a win.
Mhm.
Now I lose the fight, and I was off to compete for 1 year,
Yeah.
and it took me 6 months to heal up the bone, and so, and the second fight I get Santiago
Mhm.
Ponzinibbio in Las Vegas, and I think it was too much for me in the mentally. I feel that I have one loss, and if I lost two, I get my my contract off. So I think it was more mentally just for the second fight. Uh, just but yeah, it's a hard business, you know.
Yeah.
It's a small I don't know if it was too early, but yeah.
Now moving on with Brave, you got 3 fights. So basically, you'll fight. until maybe mid 2020, maybe late 2020, who knows. What do you want to accomplish? Do you want to fight for the title right away after this fight? Just go straight and be like, hey, call out the champion. What are your goals with the promotion?
Uh, yeah, my goal is take the belt. But I don't know. I don't want to rush. Now I have this fight, and all my focus is on this fight I have. After that, I want to see. We will see what they want to give me.
So one fight at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, that's good, man. Well, it's great that you got this fight coming up December 14th. You have your new contract. You're gonna get your fights. I know that you can't say who the opponent is yet, but we know that what kind of fight you bring. I think that you jump in as probably one of the top five guys in the division automatically when you step into that cage for Brave. So if you win, I feel like, hey, you're up there. You're in line. So it's going to be exciting. I think you put some more flavor to the division and to the promotion. Thank you, Andreas, for the time, man. Good luck on the fight. Good luck on your future. And after the fight, enjoy the holidays.
Yes, thank you very much.